Hello, I'm Jeff Siegel. Welcome to SantaAnita.com and welcome to our Friday video seminar as we go over the entire card of racing at Santa Anita today. 8-race program. First race is a maiden special weight for older horses, and Bob Baffert has a couple of fast-working first-timers in here. Number 1, Ranchero. Number 4 is Sacred Oath. I'm not real keen on either one. Obviously, you have to respect every maiden that Baffert sends out, every horse that he sends out. They've trained well enough to win first time out. There's a horse named Brace Yourselves, the number 2 horse on your program, who is a 7-race maiden. He actually comes out of a very, very good effort in a very fast race, so he's got the experience edge. But in looking at the morning line, Brace Yourselves 2-1, 5-2 Ranchero, number 4 Secret Oath 4-1. Not a lot of value there, hard to separate. I don't really trust any of them. I'm passing the first race. Don't play in the first. And I'm actually going to pass the second race as well. This is a bottom of the barrel, or actually a $16,000 claiming race, fillies and mares. And the 2 horses I'm looking at, number 2 Sleep Tight and number 4 Our Bellini Bikini. Sleep Tight hasn't been out since last March. She is taking a rather drastic drop in class. She was actually claimed for $40,000 2 races back. Now she returns for $16,000. So there's got to be a question of her condition. She's trained well enough, and she gets Rosario, and with Sadler, that's a positive, but she's also 8-5 in the morning line, so not a lot of value there. As for Our Bellini Bikini, she looks a little cheaper on paper, but she is sharp. She's got that recent win for 12-5. That was good, and I think she's the best of the others, but I'm not sure about the condition of Sleep Tight. So it's 2 and 4 if you're playing any rolling exotic. Sleep Tight and Our Bellini Bikini. I really think the winner probably will be one of those 2, but not enough for me to really dive head on into this race. So this is another race I'm going to be very careful with. I'm probably going to sit out and pass. Third race is a 1.25 mile allowance turf optional claimer, and the 2 horses that are coming out of a similar race, number 4 and number 6 on your program, number 4 Tis Argent and number 6 Yodel and Dan. I think they look pretty solid here. They both ran well in an identical race going 1.1 miles. I don't think the extra distance of today's 1.25 mile race should bother either one. Tis Argent is actually putting blinkers on for the first time. That's an interesting move here for John Sadler. He was, again, a very good second last time out. Pace situation here looks soft. When the blinker's on, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tis Argent and Garrett Gomez be pretty close to the lead. Number 6, Yodel and Dan, we all know him. He's been around forever. He likes to sit back and make a run, and the extra distance of today's race should help. He was 4th beaten just over 2 lengths last time out, and he's always been one of these horses that loves the Santa Anita turf course. P-Val rides for Mullins. You know this horse is going to fire again, so you got to use him. So it's either going to be the 4 or the 6. Tis Argent or Yodel and Dan, either one could win, and I will use them both in an exact box, and I want to use them both, obviously, in all of our rolling exotics. Moving now to the 4th race. This is a maiden claiming race, $75,000 tag here, and another tough race to handicap. It's just a 7-horse field. I can see one of 3 horses winning. Number 1 is Queen of California, number 4 is Pink Blanket, and number 5 is One Bad Romance. Now, Queen of California has one really poor race under her belt. That was way back in the summer at Del Mar. But she really has trained much better now than she was then, and dropping in for a tag and landing P-Val for Vladimir Serin. I think Queen of California is tons better than that one race makes her look. She's inside speed. If she breaks running and runs to her works, then Queen of California is going to be very dangerous here, and she is 5-2 in the morning line. Number 4, Pink Blanket, is a first-time starter from the Mark Glatt barn. She, too, has shown enough speed in the morning to give her a very good look here. 7-2 in the morning line looks like a live first-time starter, so you may want to use her. And then number 5, One Bad Romance, was 4th in a maiden 50 first time out, but that was a pretty good race for the level. Mitchell raises her, which I think is a positive sign. I think she's probably going to improve considerably with Joe Talamo riding her back for Mitchell. So One Bad Romance with the benefit of a recent race. certainly has a right to win here, and she is 7-2 in the morning line as well. So let's go 1, 4, and 5. Use all three in your rolling exotics, and trying to take a stand against the Phoenix Invader, number 6 top debutante, Corey Owens' filly, who's vanning in from Turf Paradise. At least she did. Another stranger danger type of horse, but I don't want to go 4 deep in a 7-horse field. So let's go 1, 4, 5, maybe in that order, and use all three in our rolling exotics. Fifth race, a mile turf event, claiming event, $40,000 event for 4-year-old fillies, restricted to 4-year-olds, and 3 contenders here. Number 2, Hot Citizen. Number 4, Siberian Heart. Number 5 Silver Stars. And what really does look like a wide open grass grab bag. Any one of those 3 I think could win. Hot Citizen is drawn comfortably inside. She's taken a 1-level drop in class for Eddie Truman, and she is a horse that was a nice winner 2 runs back at Hollywood Sprinting. The mile distance, yeah, I think that's within her range. Should get a good trip with Rosario. So Hot Citizen, who is back with, she is back with Rosario, who won with her 2 races back. Major contender here. Number 4, Siberian Heart. She's only for 3 for 22. I don't know whether she can win or not, but she is coming out of some tougher races, I believe, and I think she will sit back, close, and maybe get a piece of it. She's the kind of horse you may want to use in your exacta or trifecta. Not sure if she's a real threat to win, but she is 6-1, so if you can afford to throw her in. And then number 5 Silver Stars. 5-2 in the morning line. Another one that has form that could make her dangerous. She is stretching out again. She was 4th 2 races back. That was up at Golden Gate. But Hollendorfer has got her in good form right now. A good recent race down the hill, stretching out, and Bejarano riding her back. Lightly raced filly. She certainly has a right to run with these as well. So let's use numbers 2, 4, and 5. Hot Citizen, Siberian Heart, and then 5 Silver Stars, and all 3 should be used in your rolling exotics. And of course, if you like to play an exacta or trifecta box as well. 6th race, claiming event, fillies and mares, and the 2 horses we're going to use here, number 2, Sweet and Jazzy, number 6, 40 Dates, so 2-6 if you're playing an exacta box. Sweet and Jazzy is been freshened since mid-December, coming back for Neil French. P-Val stays aboard. She's got lots of speed. She'll take them as far as she can over a track that's kind of front runners at this abbreviated 5.5 furlong distance. Sweet and Jazzy certainly looks dangerous. And then 40 Dates is a filly who likes to sit just off the pace, make a run, dropping to the bottom for Marty Jones. I definitely feel that she is a solid contender here, maybe the one to fear most. Let's use them both then. Number 2, Sweet and Jazzy on the front end, and number 6, 40 Dates from off the pace. 2-6 if you're playing the exacta, and 2-6 if you're playing the rolling exotics. 6.5 down the hill for the 7th race. Very tough allowance race. Number of different directions you can go. I'm using 3 horses in what I think will be a fairly decent exacta or trifecta box. They are numbers 3, 4, and 7. Number 3 is Saif. Number 4 is Dilemma. And number 7 is Regally Ready. So 3, 4, and 7. Number 3 is Saif, and that's a first-timer in this country. This was a very high-class sprinter in his day over in England. Makes his U.S. debut for Patrick Biancone. Been training well. Lands P-Val. This is a horse that was actually placed in group races in Royal Ascot, and he is a high-quality horse, and whether or not he'll be ready to run off fresh remains to be seen. But at 6-1 in the morning line, he is good enough to win if he's ready. Number 4, Dilemma, looked good winning the Daytona off the pace, and he'll get a similar waiting ride, I'm sure, today from Gomez. He'll be blasting home. If Dilemma can turn into a like, he'll be very tough. And then Regally Ready, who was caught in a 21-1, 43 and change speed duel in the Daytona, actually hung on pretty well under the circumstance. I don't think he'll have to go that fast today. So the pace scenario a little softer for Regally Ready, and that makes him very dangerous. 3-1 in the morning line. He's another one I think you have to use. So 3, 4, and 7 in that order. Saif, the import from England from Biancone's barn, making his U.S. debut. Then Dilemma and Regally Ready, the 2 horses coming out of the Daytona, both fit very well here. 8th and final is a bottom-level maiden claiming race, $20,000 tag for older horses. This race really is pretty weak, and I don't have a confidence in any of these horses, so I'm going to pass the race. I came up with number 4, Papa Terry, and number 5, Breakmark. Papa Terry hasn't been out since 2009 in October. I have no idea what kind of shape he's in. Obviously, he's good enough off his best day, but his best day might be long gone. And Breakmark is a long-time maiden. P-Val stays aboard. That's a positive. but he just doesn't finish. He just kind of gets to the close to the head of the stretch and just kind of hangs it up. Not one to trust as far as I'm concerned. So this is a race I just don't have a feel for it. I have no interest in playing it. If you're playing any kind of rolling exotics, my advice is to spread. Use as many as you can afford to use, because if it comes down to Papa Terry or Breakmark, which I do think are the two logical horses, I'm not sure that's going to give you a whole lot of confidence. So I'll sit it out and pass and wait for the Saturday program tomorrow, which is a great card here at Santa Anita. So we'll talk to you then. Thanks for joining us, and best of luck today at Santa Anita. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on SantaAnita.com.